Welcome to How Ines Rolls. Today I'm going to be showing you 2 easy recipes, 2 easy dinners that you can do for your family even tonight. So let's get started. So if you've been following me for a while, you know I do very easy recipes because I work, I have kids, I'm like all over the place sometimes, and I just need something that's very easy to do and of course delicious. So the first meal that I'm going to be making today is Biscuit Cheeseburger Casserole. So over the weekend, Paul made some cute little cheeseburger sliders, and of course I was inspired by that. So what we're gonna do first is I have a bell pepper behind me, and I'm just going to chop up about 1/4 of it and start getting it softened, and then I'll put it aside and then start on some ground beef. So I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. It's now almost dinner time, so I need to kind of get going. In our home, we eat dinner fairly early, about 4:30, because that's when my husband Paul gets home. And so we just like to have dinner ready to go so that we can enjoy the rest of our evening. And sometimes that means going to play outside, and with the weather being a little bit nicer, we can definitely do that. So let me know in the comments if you have an easy go-to dinner that is your favorite, your family's favorite, or even your kids' favorite. So I'm only gonna get started on softening up these, and I could even just brown the meat first and then do this, but I really want them nice and soft so the other kids won't notice. And when I say won't notice, I mean this kid. So let me finish chopping. So I just did exactly what I wasn't going to do, but that's okay because I'll move it to the side and then soften up the bell peppers. But I'm just gonna cook up this ground beef, I guess, first. And thank you, Danny Lynn, for this meat masher. All right, so we're gonna get this going and I'll bring you closer. All right, so I have most of this cooked, so I am gonna now put the bell peppers in here on the side. Now it's just a little bit, it's just 1/4 cup. And when this softens up a little bit, I actually have a little bit of cooked onion already from this weekend that are just teeny tiny like this. So I'm gonna brave it, you guys. I'm gonna brave it instead of dehydrate it. I'm just gonna add what we have. I'm also going to go ahead and put in some pepper. It calls for 1/8 of a cup. No, I'm sorry, 1/8 of a teaspoon. So it's probably like a bunch of shakes. And then when this is getting going some more, I'm going to then add some tomato sauce. And then I'll show you what else I'm putting. So here are those like caramelized onions. I'm sure they are delicious. I mean, I cooked them, but I'm just gonna do it. I'm sure it'll be delicious. So I'm just gonna add about equal parts, which is supposed to be about 1/4 cup anyways. And here goes the tomato sauce. Now, another thing that we'll have to add is some ketchup. And it's only 1/4 cup, so I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it. And that's it. We're just gonna give it a little bit of a mix. Make sure it comes to a nice little simmer, and then it's ready to go. So easy, right, you guys? So that ketchup in there is what really, I think, brings in that cheeseburger taste. I really do. And so it almost kind of looks like just chili. So what I'm gonna do right now, I've sprayed an 8x8. Now the recipe will be linked below because I always do that for you guys, so that way you can have it to go to as a resource as well. So I'm gonna put 1/3, so I'm gonna cut this recipe or the meat mixture into thirds approximately, just kind of eyeball it. And then we're gonna do some layering with some American cheese. Now, I've said it a couple of times, I'm sure, I'm not a huge fan of American cheese, only in grilled cheeses and cheeseburgers. So this is perfect. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do this and I'll bring you closer. now I'm just gonna put some biscuits on top. It's looking good. Okay, so this one needed country biscuits, and you're supposed to put it around the side. So the dish is supposed to be like 12-inch, and this is an 8x8. So my dish is a bit smaller, but you know what? It's okay. So I'm just gonna still put the biscuits around. And then the ones that are left over, I'm just gonna put them on a piece of foil and then put it side by side. So I got about 6 in here. So I'll just put the other 2 in the oven right next to it. So pretty much this is just going into the oven at 400 degrees for about 15 minutes or so, just until the biscuits are cooked. Let's put it in. This just came out of the oven and it smells so good. So I'll have like Kobe eat some before he goes to work, and we'll scoop it up, and he can even put it in the biscuits if he would like. And then that way it leaves more of an opening for like all of us to serve. Paul to get some, and I'll show you what we're eating with it on the side. So this is what we're having for the side. I mean, you can't have a cheeseburger without some French fries. Am I right? And that's an easy dinner for our family for tonight. And so I'm gonna show you tomorrow another easy dinner. So get ready. So if you're doing this tonight, go ahead and start thawing out some chicken, because that's what we're gonna be doing tomorrow. So let me start dishing up, and I'm gonna eat it. It's so good, tastes delicious, and you'll be seeing me in a second. And welcome to day 2 of super easy meals. As you can see, I'm changed. I'm in a different dress from yesterday because I just wanted to show you what it looks like to just quickly put meals together for my family. So yesterday we did the cheeseburger casserole, super yummy, everybody loved it. And today I am making, I said to start thawing out some chicken, which I have here, and you're gonna need this seasoning. So this is called the Everything But the Bagel seasoning, which is one of my favorite bagels. Let me know in the comments if it's one of yours. And so I have about 8 thin sliced pieces of chicken in case we can have some extras for Paul's lunches or for myself or a lunch. But what I'm gonna do is just put it on there. I'm just gonna spray it, and I'm gonna melt about a half of a stick of butter, and I'm gonna coat both sides with butter. So let me get that going. I'm just gonna sprinkle now as much of this seasoning on top. Now, I've been meaning to make this. This is why I bought this seasoning, and I hadn't gotten around to it. So pretty much you're just baking chicken. And it's gonna have this seasoning on top. So if you don't have a Trader Joe's near you and you would like to have this seasoning, I found an online recipe that I will just share with you right now. So it's 2 tablespoons of sesame seeds, and the person who wrote it said they got black sesame seeds and white sesame seeds, but if you just have white, that's fine. So that's 2 tablespoons of that, 2 tablespoons of poppy seeds, 1.5 tablespoons of dried minced garlic, 1.5 tablespoons of dried minced onions, and 1 tablespoon of flaked sea salt. So that's what's in here, you guys. So we're just kind of letting this kind of pat in because of the butter. It's gonna hold on, hopefully. And then we're just gonna put this in the oven for 20 minutes at 425. That's it. Smells good. I love this bagel seasoning. And if you like an everything bagel, you are gonna love this chicken. Let's get it in the oven. So while those are cooking, I've chopped up some potatoes, and I'm gonna be just making homemade mashed potatoes, which when I cut them, I try to cut them a little bit smaller and definitely uniformed. So that will make it cook so much faster. So I have to tell you, I'm leaving in an hour. So this is like 1:30, so we'll be out the door by 2:30. But having everything cooked and put back in the refrigerator will make it so much easier when we come back from doctor's appointments, right? So these are now fork tender. And I'm just going to add, like I kind of know my measurements. This is my go-to mashed potato pan. So if I had put in probably another, maybe potato, maybe 2, depending on how big they are, I would put a whole stick. So I'm just gonna put 3/4 of a stick. And then I'm just going to start mashing, but I am gonna put some salt and pepper. I'm so bad at this, you guys, it's kind of funny. It's about maybe a 1/2 teaspoon. See, to me, I'd either go too much or not enough. So I would rather be not enough and then have people salt it themselves. I tend to have a sensitive salt palate, so I don't like that much salt and stuff. I think it ruins the taste of the food, but that's just me. So I'm just gonna smash these guys and add a little bit of milk when it's done. And these were done before my chicken. Woo! So now I'm just adding a little bit of milk, maybe like a splash at a time. And then I'm just mixing it in and adding a little bit more, just so I can control how much milk I'm putting in and for creaminess. Because, you know, if you pour too much, that might not be the easiest thing to deal with. Might get a little mealy, but it's looking good. So the potatoes are done, and I even made some corn, and I'm putting it in this 9x13, in which I'm also going to put this chicken. Now, I've let it sit out for like 10 or so minutes so I can touch it. It's not hot, but I cooked it at 425 for 20 minutes, but it's important to use some kind of food thermometer for chicken and poultry. It's 165, that internal temperature. So I've reached that, thank goodness. And so I'm just going to put all these little pieces in here as well, so I can put all of this in the refrigerator, because I've got places to go to. And even before doing this dinner, we were at piano lessons. So it's always busy around here. But then when Paul gets home, we have dinner as a family, and it calms down most nights. So I'm okay with that. So this, from start to finish, if I was going to just sit in the kitchen and do all this work, maybe about 30 to 45 minutes for all of it. Not bad. Now, I've been running around doing some of this. I also washed potatoes before, like this morning, so that helped a lot with the prep stuff. So think about that. And also using thin sliced chicken breasts. Also, they're already kind of more cleaned up, and they will cook a lot faster. So something to keep in mind. Now, I need to go put this away before I want to eat it now for lunch. And that's it, you guys. I've just showed you 2 super easy go-to meals that our family would loves, and I hope your family loves too. Now, that everything bagel, I haven't used that one yet, but I love baked chicken. Let me know in the comments if you think you'll use some of these recipes. The cheeseburger casserole was super good. And you know what? They were so fast, so quick to make. So thanks for stopping by. Give this video a thumbs up. And Saturdays, I go live at 2 p.m. And you guys, I'm going to be going on Saturday. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. So thanks so much again for stopping by. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Stick around, rollers. You just never know what I'll be rolling out next. Bye, everyone.